Welcome into another edition of the Celtics Spotlight here on the Carlow Sports Network. I'm Sean Meyers, joined by a sophomore on the Carlow track and field team, Tyhir Royster. Tyhir, thank you for doing this today. How's your afternoon going?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Beautiful day so far. Great day to get out and do some running. I'm sure you're going to be doing that momentarily. But let's talk about this month that you've had. It's been terrific. You have set school records in the 100 and 200 meter, as well as the long jump. So what have been the biggest keys in having those great performances?
I just feel like practice. You got to practice pretty hard to do good. I just try to do my best day in and day out, get good results from it.
In addition to setting a number of school records, you also won the 200 meter earlier this month up at Slippery Rock, competing against some of the better athletes across all of the NCAA, D1, D2, and D3, as well as the NAIA. So what was that feeling like when you knew you had won the race as you went across the finish line?
Initially, I didn't think I was going to win the meet, but last year I kind of had a sort of similar meet where I won. And I think I had a lot of chills last year when I won, but this year it was just like, I try not to look at it as a big thing.
Talking about last year, when you were a freshman, you got to have the indoor season, but the outdoor season was canceled as a result of COVID, so you really had no spring whatsoever in 2020. How did you sort of work on your skills and hone your abilities without being able to compete in meets?
Lifting a lot was a big key to getting better from the transition to last year to this year. Lifting a lot more, running a lot more. I think those are the biggest keys to transition.
Focus mostly on legs for lifting, or is it sort of the whole body?
Mostly legs, but like core a lot. Core can do a lot for you too.
What team goals and what individual goals do you have for this outdoor season?
I would say individual. At our conference meet, I want to win the 100 and the 200. Team goals. Our dudes team is pretty small, so I just want everybody to do well, and I hope our girls team can win the conference meet.
What are some of the adjustments that you make between the indoor season and now here in the outdoor season?
Mainly my start. My start is like a pretty bad part of my race, but fixing that part of my race could do a lot for me.
Earlier this year, you had a really nice honor. You received the Champion of Character Award. What did that mean to you?
I don't know. I tried to be a good team leader, so winning that award made me feel like I did a good job at it.
Your head coach, Tony Anderson, has been here for about 3 years now. What are some of his best qualities?
He has some pretty good qualities. He's very personable. Like, he's a very understanding guy, nice coach, but then he knows how to also get the job done when the time is right.
Go back a few years. What led to your decision to come to Carlow University?
I would say Tony was a big part of it. I know he had a good track record, and he was one of my summer track team coaches. So he was a big reason I came here. And just the environment. That's kind of where I'm from.
What's your major, and what do you hope to do maybe in the future?
My major is business management, and I'm not really sure what I want to do yet in the future.
Still a sophomore, so plenty of time to kind of make that decision down the road. You attended high school nearby, Pittsburgh Central Catholic. What was your fondest memory during your time at the Vikings?
I would say my 4x1 team won Whitfields my senior year. So probably that, and going to states my senior year. And we went to the Penn Relays as well. I'm not sure if you know what that is. It's a pretty big track meet, like that hosts schools from all around the world, so that was a pretty good memory.
Still stay in touch with some of your high school teammates?
Definitely. Most of them are still at local schools around here, so I still communicate with them from here and there.
Any superstitions or rituals that you have either before a race, after, or even during?
I would say before. I just try to get in the zone, listen to music. Afterwards, if I don't do well, try not to think about it too much. Just prepare for the next race.
Maybe this will sort of play into the previous answer about trying to listen to some music to get into the zone, but what are some of your favorite apps?
I like downloading a lot of those random games, so I would say some of those. I like Snapchat and Instagram too.
Pandora?
I usually listen to Apple Music.
Gotcha.
Same thing now.
Is there a vacation spot that's been your favorite, or maybe a place that you would like to go?
So far, the places I've been, I would say my favorite is probably Florida. But I'm taking a trip with my family to the Dominican Republic, like at the end of May, so that would probably be my favorite now.
First time traveling outside the country?
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, certainly. That should be very nice. Lastly, if you were to go back about 6 years' time when you were a high school freshman, what advice would you give yourself?
I don't know. Stay in the books. Work hard every day because it'll definitely pay off in the future. And I would say that's it. Yeah.
Well, certainly it seemed like it has paid off. You've had a great sophomore season to this point. I hope that you keep it up the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing that. It's Tyhir Royster, a sophomore for the Celtics here on the Celtics Spotlight.